Ishimie Kumachira Murugu wa Ambasaderi Ubongereza. I think I'll continue in English though. It may be easier for me, easier for you. But thank you all for coming. My name is Omar Dair. I am the new British High Commissioner here in Rwanda. I have been in this beautiful country for about a month, and I already feel at home. The warm welcome that I have had from the Rwandan government and the Rwandan people has made me sure that this is going to be a fruitful and productive and enjoyable period of my life living here with you all. I was fortunate to be able to present my credentials to His Excellency President Kagame in my second week of being here. He told me that he valued the deep partnership that our two countries have had for many years, and that's a feeling that I know is shared by my bosses back in London, and it's a relationship that I'm personally committed to strengthening even further over the time that I'm living in Rwanda. I have a long history with this amazing continent. My father was born and grew up in Tanzania, and he still actually speaks Swahili with his siblings. And the stories that they used to tell us, very colourful stories when we were children, first started my desire, my wish to see Africa for myself. In the 20 years that I have worked between the Foreign Office and DFID and now the FCDO, I have lived in Cairo, Khartoum, Juba, slowly making my way down the Nile until finally here in Kigali. And I just find this whole continent to be inspiring and motivating and energizing. For me, this continent is the future. But during that time, I've always been looking particularly to try and work here in Rwanda. So you might ask why, which is fair. It's somewhere that has been making massive progress over recent years. It's somewhere that is ambitious and forward-looking. And it's somewhere that might be small geographically, but plays a big role in Africa and on the global stage. So you might ask what my priorities are. Well, the first thing that I would say is that I don't think a country's priorities are dictated by outsiders. I see my role and the role of my team as being here to support Rwanda to move in the direction that it wishes to move, to help Rwanda get to where it would like to be. We are a supporting partner. In that context, one of the biggest areas that we work together with the government of Rwanda is in the area of education. This is a real priority for my government and a priority that I know is shared by the government of Rwanda. Our UK's Learning for All programme reaches every secondary and primary school in Rwanda, and it helps to increase access to education and raise the standard of learning outcomes. The programme also works with teachers to help build their capacity, particularly in terms of teaching in English, and reaches over 25,000 teachers. Another area where we partner closely, and I know is important to the government of Rwanda, is in job creation and economic growth. In recent years, we have contributed significant funds in support of the government's agriculture strategy and in order to improve market systems in agriculture. We're also working with smallholder tea farms to help create jobs there. And that's a subject that's very dear to my heart because I'm a little bit obsessive about drinking tea. So Rwanda is a good country for me to be in on that case. The third priority area is linked to that, and that's trade. I would like to see an increasing amount of trade between Rwanda and the United Kingdom, but it's also important, I think, to see more trade within the region. And the UK supports a Trademark East Africa programme, which is designed to facilitate and increase trade between the countries of East Africa. I think this is really important as we all look at how we build and grow our economies after the COVID crisis. But then there are also issues which are bigger than just Rwanda and the United Kingdom. And the most important one of those for me is climate change. I had an excellent meeting last week with the Honourable Minister for the Environment, and it was clear to me that we are very like-minded on this issue and in terms of tackling the major threat that we all face in terms of climate change. So we're working together as we move towards the COP26 meeting in Glasgow in November, but we're also working together on a Commonwealth statement that we are co-authoring on climate in order to build the support within Commonwealth member states to take action on climate change. And that brings me to the Commonwealth Summit itself. I think that is going to be a major moment both for the Commonwealth but also for Rwanda in hosting this event. We were sorry that it needed to be postponed this year because of COVID reasons, but we are very much hoping and looking forward to a summit being hosted next year, and we are working closely with the government of Rwanda, who are in the lead on that issue, to support where we can. I think it is going to be an important moment also to reinforce the shared commitment we all have to the Commonwealth values of protecting human rights and good governance and openness in our societies. Finally, let me mention the people-to-people links, which I think are really important. When my friends and family found out that I was moving to Rwanda, I suddenly got a long list of requests from people to come and visit Rwanda. And after having been to beautiful Akagera Park last weekend, I can see why people are so eager to come here. But beyond the tourism, and although I hope we see increasing numbers of British tourists here, there are also many other people-to-people links, including educational links. You may have seen that the Chevening Scholarship window is open again for this year. In the last round that we had, we were expecting to get 5 places for students from Rwanda. We actually ended up getting 9 places, and I think that is because of the strength of and the quality of applicants that we get in Rwanda, so that's really motivational. And it links to what I've seen in terms of the really ambitious academic and technology hub that is developing here in Kigali, which is attracting many outside academic institutions, including our own Coventry University, which will be opening its Africa hub here in Kigali quite soon. I think that is evidence of the commitment to this section, the buzz that there is around this area in Kigali. Before I finish, I would just like to say one word on Burundi. As some of you know, I will also be non-resident ambassador in Burundi. I would, of course, elaborate more on the priorities for the UK relationship with Burundi too, but out of diplomatic protocol, I won't do that at this stage because I have yet to present my credentials to the government in Burundi. So once I do that, I will talk more. But suffice to say that I'm looking forward to strengthening and deepening our relationship with the people of Burundi too. So murakoze mugira kazi keza.